You just got wrecked.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Tuesday. If we have a look at what's going on, we see there's nothing really too crazy happening across the board, sitting around a $211, $212 billion market cap. Bitcoin dominance has pulled back a little, 54.1%, with Bitcoin sitting around $6,600. If we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Digix DAO up an impressive 24%, Tezos 9%, Icon 9%, Bitcoin, Komodo, Chainlink, Basic Attention, Made Safe, and Populous. Now, why is Tezos doing so well? Well, they're getting listed on Kraken, so that's probably why that might be pumping. And Icon recently, they just had a lot of good news that came out. I posted the article from D-Block, so that could have a lot to do with it as well. They also came out with this, talking about Icon increases ties with the South Korean government, and not to mention, they're almost at 90% on their ERC20 token swap, although I'm kind of shocked as to why number 4, who holds 3.66%, has still not swapped yet, but that's none of my business. So obviously, if we have a look at what we've been doing, we're just going sideways, not really too much. We had that crazy pump with the whole Tether situation, went all the way up to $6,800, fell back down, and now we're sitting right around the 6,000. Actually, on Coinbase, it's only 6,446. So when you go back and you look here, you realize that there's still a big difference in the price because it's so much higher still on Bitfinex, but I'm sure that that'll level out over time. Now, one thing that we do know that happened since yesterday, so you're having a lot of interest in these stable coins. You know, you have Paxos Standard. They have sealed regulatory approval from New York State Department of Financial Services. So apparently they said that they have issued $500 million more. They say the rapid pace of token issuance comes as Paxos is making the bold claim to have achieved the fastest, widest institutional adoption of any digital asset. Could be. As reported, third top crypto exchange by market cap, OKX, also announced yesterday it would be listing Pax, TrueUSD, USD Coin, and Gemini Dollar. Also yesterday, crypto payment processor BitPay announced that it will start to accept GUSD and USDC as well. You also have KuCoin listing that it will be listing Pax, USDC, TrueUSD as well. And also, Huobi says that they will be adding TrueUSD, Circle's USDC, Gemini Dollar, as well as Paxos. So, yeah, you're definitely seeing a lot of people moving out of Tether. And, you know, if we go over here to their transparency sheet with their current balances, you'll see right here that shareholder equity is negative $184 million. Tether is always fully transparent, and they are being very transparent about the shareholder equity. So, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But, hey, on the bright side, Bitfinex says we expect to have our new fiat deposit system in place within the next few hours. Please stay tuned for further updates. All right, that's old news. Everyone's been talking about it. Let's talk about what everyone is talking about today, and that is Fidelity. So what is going on? So Fidelity Investments, which administrates more than $7.2 trillion in client assets, announced a new and separate company called Fidelity Digital Asset Services yesterday. So the firm will handle custody for cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and will execute trades on multiple exchanges for investors such as hedge funds and family offices. Other crypto companies have debuted similar products, but Fidelity is the first Wall Street incumbent to officially provide cryptocurrency solutions such as custody. They say, our goal is to make digitally native assets such as Bitcoin more accessible to investors. Now, doing a little more of a deep dive into it, we have over here, it says, with Fidelity's digital asset first customers being onboarded now and generally availability is scheduled for early 2019, the launch of the subsidiary with 100 employees marks the latest and perhaps largest push into cryptocurrency by an institutional asset manager. So they say this is a recognition that there is institutional demand for these assets as a class. This is founding head of Fidelity Digital Asset, Tom Jessup. So he told Forbes that family offices, hedge funds, and other sophisticated investors are starting to think seriously about the space. So they're going to offer three main services. The first being custody services for Bitcoin, Ether, and some other digital assets. The second being trade execution services that leverage an internal crossing engine and smart order router that will execute trades using multiple third-party cryptocurrency liquidity providers. And the final is to make it easier for institutions that are new to cryptocurrency cryptocurrency to get involved, they're going to also offer a dedicated client service team to help with the onboarding process. So collectively, Fidelity Investments chairman and CEO Abigail Johnson said the digital asset spinoff is part of a larger plan to make it easier for investors of all types to understand and use a wide range of assets issued on blockchain. And what's interesting about this is Eric Voorhees actually made another good point related to the Bitcoin total supply, is that it would be impossible for every Fidelity brokerage customer to own even one Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoins are worth thousands of dollars, while a dollar is only worth $1, and until next year when it's worth 97 cents. Save wisely. So the one thing that I've been saying on my channel literally since I started the channel was everyone should make it their goal, their absolute goal, to own one Bitcoin. Just whatever you got to do. I want to say not financial advice on this one, but I kind of feel like this is financial advice, but I know I can't really technically say that. But please, anyone watching, just try to own one Bitcoin. Whatever you got to do, just own one, because those things, man, oh my goodness, are they going to be worth so much in the future. Now, moving on to these other things, let's talk about Bakkt. So that's another thing to get excited about. And what's interesting is Coinbase's former executive Adam White has recently cut ties with Coinbase to actually join up with Bakkt. And this was officially announced on the Medium just the other day. So they say, we're taking a transparent approach to engage across the industry as we begin testing and onboarding in November and trading and warehousing in December, subject to CFTC approval. That's right around the corner, guys. So the CEO concluded the post saying, we believe the sooner a regulatory approach to digital assets is determined, the better position we are to support healthy markets and innovation within a dynamic global marketplace. It's also interesting to note, in 2017, there was a big shift. The interest in Bitcoin and other currencies started changing from retail to the institutional side, but the level of infrastructure of existence trading sites often didn't meet the expectations of most institutional investors. So they say that's why they're waiting on the sidelines, and that's why Adam White has joined Bakkt. Now, expanding upon that a little bit, so this is the CEO, and she says the digital market is fragmented like the energy market in the early 2000s. So ICE was the pioneer, attracting more and more institutions to trade energy, which is what created today's liquid market. She says we are about to see a revolution on the same scale in cryptocurrencies. So institutional investor interest is real, but many are biding their time, waiting for suitable support. And finally, to end it, they say the cryptocurrency markets go their own way. We'll see a bull market, we'll see a bear market, but what matters is the number of daily transactions for all cryptocurrencies is up year over year, which means more people are using it, volume is up, so this is great. Now, moving on again, what does Mike Novogratz think about all of this? Well, he goes on to say that I know, this is like his fourth time he's kind of changed his stance on it, but he says he thinks that Q1 and Q2 of next year is when the institutions are really going to start coming in, and that's when he says we're going to see the real big highs. He goes on to say that the solution needed testing prior to it attaining mass interest based on investor trust. This is actually referencing back to the whole Fidelity thing. He says they'll probably be up and running in January or Q1. He goes, and then you've got to run some water through the pipes. So my guess is you start seeing institutional flows into purely crypto assets late first quarter, early second quarter. All right, now let's talk about some interesting news. This is the first thing that I had to bring up. So let's talk about SpaceBit, okay? So it was announced at the International Astronautical Congress, that's a real thing apparently, 2018, that LinkX, the new decentralized ground station scheduling system, is now in beta testing on the EOS IO platform, LinkX, which has been developed by SpaceBit in collaboration with the Goonhilly Satellite Earth Station, is expected to roll out in the upcoming months as part of the Orbit Link's global space communications platform. So what does this all mean? Well, SpaceBit Technologies is the first commercial space company to implement distributed ledger technology for space applications. So, LinkX aims to efficiently maximize the data transfer to and from Earth by creating a service that allows ground stations to analyze, organize, and tokenize their active and idle time using a dedicated schedule platform. So, SpaceBit founder Pavlo Tanasiuk has noted Orbit Links is the first space communications platform which leverages the capabilities of blockchain technology and has been developed as a cloud-native, container-based product from the ground up. So he says, we have chosen EOS IO for its flexibility and scalability and expect it to continue growing as a leading blockchain architecture. So, with thousands of more satellites planned in the next decade, ground stations are set to become a major limitation in space applications. We believe that automated, efficient systems such as Orbit Linux will play a crucial role in the emerging space revolution. So there you guys go. We've been trying to go to the moon all this time. Now we actually are. We're going to space. We're putting blockchains in space. So there you go. Moving on, let's talk about Ethfinex. They say, we are delighted to have Maxim, the CEO of Enjincoin, joining the Ethfinex Telegram for an AMA at 12 UTC today. I'm horrible with time. I don't know. That could be happening now. It could have happened. It might be happening soon, but definitely check that out. You can click the link in the description below. We also have, speaking of exchanges, new token on board for weiDEX. So they've listed Bitnation. Now, currently, weiDEX is still in their beta. I had an opportunity to use it. It is very, very, very low liquidity. So I was only just kind of messing around with it. I actually did a little bit of an arbitrage trade. I made like 15 bucks. So, you know, hey, what are you going to do? But yeah, you know, it looks good. So this essentially, they finally got the the night mode on. So we're definitely going to keep an eye out for that as well. Now, moving on, I wanted to give a shout out to Crypto Beatles. We did a live stream the other day. I don't know if you guys came out to watch it or not, but he did a very extensive interview with Rong Chen. I mean, this thing is literally an hour and 6 minutes. So anyone who's interested in Elastos, definitely check it out. And you got to give it to Robert, man. He always asks the fun questions like, you know, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream and stuff like that. So he always provides that really fun interview, but also, you know, dives deep as well. So definitely have a look at that if you haven't checked it out. Also, I want to talk about Puma Pay has been absolutely smashing it lately. Partnerships with pretty much everyone. So now you have Airsoft that has adopted it, and you've also had Live Jasmine partnering with Puma Pay. Now, if you know what Live Jasmine is, fine. If you don't, well, let's just say it's an adult thing. So let's talk about PChain. So on top of this, they have the following 4 patents that have actually been granted by the PRC. I'm not going to go into them because they're a little bit technical right here. A lot of people are pumped about that, and so are the markets, as it's hopped up 16% in just the day. I did mention PChain in my top 10 picks under 50. I also mentioned QuarkChain, which was up as well, and Digitex Futures didn't do quite bad the next day at 50%. So not saying just saying I keep an eye out on these good lower cap coins. Now, moving on to this, let's talk about the Vechain FUD. There's been so much Vechain FUD going on lately. A lot of people have been asking about, you know, is it a scam? There was a video that came out, you know, everyone was freaking out. So I'll do some more research into it as well, but I do know here's a video from, you know, Shilnai literally showing the actual product tracking with Vechain.
And wine, you can use NFC chip. This is a special NFC chip we designed for the wine. As I mentioned, we designed our chip based on the product, based on some of the unique feature of the product. So this is a NFC chip designed for wine. If you open the Vechain app, you can try NFC. Just tap it here. It's going to verify whether this ID exists on the blockchain, and then you see the information about the wine. Basic information, because this is a demo, it doesn't have logistic information, and you have different types of this.
Also, before we go real quick, I know I had an interview with Dean from NOS. They just posted that the token sale has been updated with a 40% lower hard cap and supply. So if you come down here, they actually have the details of it. So it was previously 15.7 million. They've now lowered it to 10 million. And yeah, you can come see all the details right here. So basically, they say we take fairness towards our community to heart at NOS. We know that people in our community are those who always wish to participate in our token sale, and we want them to feel good about doing so. When it comes to tokens and cryptocurrency, situations change every day. We recognize that in order for everyone to feel good about their participation, we need to review and adapt the elements that are less under our control. So that's why they're lowering it. Also, I think this is a good thing because honestly, like a lot of the projects that you've seen in the past that had lower market caps, they actually have more room to grow. When you start out with a huge raise, you know, you're raising 50 million, 100 million, it's harder for the investors to really see those gains. And they're also just trying to be more fair as well. So, shout out to you guys for doing the right thing and, caring about the community, lowering the cap. Also, let's get out of here with some adoption. I got one story for you. So Docusign, okay? So this is San Francisco-based Docusign. So they've announced the integration of the Ethereum blockchain into its electronic signature and transaction management service. So the company, which currently has over 400,000 paying customers, will now have an option for customers to have evidence of a Docusign agreement automatically recorded on the Ethereum blockchain. This option will be an alternative to the company's native system for verifying signatures and is poised to be a natural fit for customers who want to have evidence of their agreements in a neutral environment. So they said, for customers that opt in, Docusign will compute a one-way cryptographic hash fingerprint for every completed transaction and write the volume to the Ethereum blockchain. And if that doesn't make you happy, check out this. So it says the cryptocurrency industry is using more energy than all the world's electric vehicles, researchers say. And this is by TikTok by Bloomberg. Oh, but it's promoted by American Express. Scared much? Worried much? All right, I take that as a good sign. Now, that being said, I want to say thank you so much to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting. You guys are awesome. I just want to let you guys know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a video tomorrow. I have a really, really important thing that I have to attend. It's sort of a private matter, but it's very important, and I'm going to be gone for like the whole day, so I might not have a video tomorrow. I'm going to try, though. But yeah, that being said, guys, anyway, thank you so much for coming back to my channel, liking, subscribing, commenting. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. You're the reason I do this every single day. That's it. That's it for the day. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and peace out.